Hey, thanks for joining me on another Business Broker 101. Today I'm going to look at five what may not be so obvious value drivers to a business. Okay, so these are things that are a little bit below the surface. Some of them are obvious and some of them maybe not so obvious. But the first one is people. So, look, the best team wins. And you'll hear that in category after category. If you've got a great team, a deep team, a committed team, a professional team, one that's motivated, and one that follows institutionalized processes and disciplines, then that really adds value to the business. You won't find people on the balance sheet. It's not an asset, but I would argue that it's a great asset, probably the most important asset, and the one that gives you a competitive advantage that's very, very hard to replicate or copy from a competitor. So do not ever underestimate the value of a great team. I'd say two, and this is related to number one, is the culture in the business. So is it a healthy culture? Is it a growing culture? Is it an innovative culture? How do the people work together? Is there a good camaraderie, good rapport? Is there respect? Is there a respect for the chains of command in the business? So we don't talk about it very much, but culture is a really strong value driver. A great company culture is something that adds great value to a business. The third one is brand equity, social awareness, social responsibility. And if you ran into someone in the line at a dry cleaner and you said, what do you think about ABC business? And that person unprompted would say, well, I have great experience, or I didn't have a great experience. That's a very strong indication of a business's value if you can get that positive response, that voice of the market on your brand or on your social awareness. You can look at this through Google reviews and other independent sites that collect information on a business's brand equity or voice of the market, if you will. Another one I like to look at is owner loyalty. So how many owners have done business or had a service and then come back? Okay, so maybe it's a hard thing to measure in some cases, but depending on the customer data in the business and how far you go back, depending on the cycle of repeat business, looking at owner loyalty and repeat business is a hidden value driver for a very profitable and very valuable business. And then the last one that I'll bring up today is rent factor. Okay, the two biggest costs to any business are your people cost and your rent facility cost. And you want to make sure that you can justify the rent of the business being close to market value. If you're undercharging, then you're going to have to make an adjustment on the add backs to put the business at a market value rent. If you're overcharging, i.e. maybe you own the property and you're taking some profits from the business into a real estate company, then that's a positive add back because it's charging rent in excess of the market value of the business. So you have to coordinate and triangulate the rent factor and the market value of the real estate in order to get a true judge of the value of the business. And this is a tricky one, and good brokers will catch this one and speak to it in their materials, whether there needs to be an adjustment up or down. Again, if you're undercharging, you'll have to take it as a negative add back. If you're overcharging, it's a positive add back to SDE, seller discretionary earnings. Okay, so those are some hidden value drivers in a business that may or may not be talked about a lot, but they certainly do make a difference when you get to the closing table and you transact the business from the seller to the buyer. All right, so I hope that helps. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. Hidden value drivers. Don't forget these. They're really important when it comes to value in your business. Take care. Thanks for joining.